Hello, ladies and gentlemen, investors and flippers. My name is Ivan Sanchez. I am a commercial lender and investor for Gold Quest Group. First of all, I want to welcome everybody to the Learn and Earn with Commercial Real Estate. We have some amazing speakers, some speakers that make 8 figures a year. Today is going to be designed for advanced and experienced developers all the way to your new investors. Real estate agents that want to change from residential and learn about commercial. We're going to talk about loan programs. We're going to talk about experience. We're going to do testimonies with a couple of experienced investors here. But first, so we can wait a little bit of time so more people come in and join the feed, we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was some introduction. Again, welcome to Learn and Earn with Commercial Real Estate. My name is Ivan Sanchez. I'm going to be your host today. I have some amazing speakers backstage right now. Again, this short program is created for your experienced developers that need to know about all of our programs, and also to new investors that have a little bit saved up that they want to learn about this, so they can actually pierce through this industry and make some deals done. Again, my name is Ivan Sanchez. I'm a commercial lender and investor here with Gold Quest Group. Gold Quest. Well, actually, before I go into what the Gold Quest is about, today's agenda is going to be, I'm going to explain a little bit about who Gold Quest is, our programs and loans. We're going to go into why and how to use them. I'm going to go through a couple of scenarios that I recently closed and that I'm investing in myself. And then we're going to go into an investor testimony, somebody that started from nothing to be a powerful woman, closing multi-million-dollar deals across the city of Houston. Her name is Maria Rebollar. And then we'll go into interviewing Miguel Sanchez, the principal of Gold Quest Group. Right now, he's closing a little bit more than $500 million in commercial lending all over, not only in Texas, but also the nation. So Gold Quest Group is a full license, full service residential, commercial, and heavy industrial direct lender, broker, and syndications firm. We've been around for about 22 years plus, always never charging any upfront fees, closing multi-million-dollar loans. We do purchase, refinance, cash out, rehab, development, construction on different type of programs. Like if you only fit into SBA programs, we can fit you into an SBA program, government guaranteed loan. Also, we have competitive bank financing, rate financials through our conventional programs. And we also do hard money lending and CMBS non-recourse mortgage-backed securities. So a little bit about us. Again, it started originally as a family business, and it turned into a huge empire. Now, one of the biggest Texas hard money lenders in the United States. A lot of the times, our investors or people that want to invest or developers go to a bank. When a bank only has several programs, let's say they only do SBA 504, whatnot. That's the only thing that they concentrate. Why you should use Gold Quest is because we have all the programs, and we're financial analysts as well. We'll ask for your paperwork. We'll ask PFS, P&L, taxes, credit, for whatever that is it that you need. We analyze that, and then we give you proposals on what best fits you. If it's competitive, conventional bank rates that you wish, we can go get that for you. If you know that you need hard money, we can go get that for you too. Or obviously, if you don't know what you can qualify for, the best deal for you, we're never a agency that lends to own or anything like that. We can actually do that for you. It's very exciting to be in this world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to pose as an extreme expert or anything like that. I was in the mortgage financial business when I was 18, 19 years old. I left the game for a little bit, came back about 2 years and a half ago. I started building my liquidity through closing loans, and now I'm actually investing in my own loans. Like I said, there's SBA, conventional, CMBS, and hard money. And something for new investors, I want to actually give y'all the empowerment to know that if I can do it, you can do it. For example, for the new time investors, we do have 70 to 70% ARV hard money rehab loans. What we can do with this, for example, right? You're an investor. Let's say you want to purchase a property worth $100,000, right? The rehab is $50,000. So the loan request for this loan, and again, it's an example, I'll go through real life scenarios in a bit, is $150,000. The ARV, the after repair value of the property that you're going to fix, let's say is $210,000. So if you take 70% of the $210,000 equals to $147,000. If it fits inside of your loan request of the 150, that's 100% financed. So imagine the 210 minus the 150. That would be approximately what you're taking home as an investor. Of course, there are closing costs to this. Anywhere from a loan this size will go about $6,000, $7,000 max. And you would have to have 6 months of reserves of payments inside your bank, because the bank or us, we want to see what if you default or something happens, that you have something in your bank account to serve as a net. Again, I am a new investor, but we have some people that, again, one of them, or I'm not sure if two, they're making 8 figures now. I'm very excited and anxious to put them on. I just want to give, last time we had this event was in person, and we had it at the Posto Grill in River Oaks. It was amazing. About 250 people came, and that was in the middle of that event. I just purchased my first unit apartment complex, and I was in the midst of actually completing that loan. And ladies and gentlemen, I purchased it for $150. It was 4 units. It was $13,000 to fix each unit, which comes $52,000. So $52,000 plus the $150. I had a loan request of $202,000. Our ARV was calculated to be $310,000, ladies and gentlemen. 70% of that $310,000 was $217,000. If you do that math, we had approximately, with my partners and I, we had a net profit of $108,000. And now I'm actually about to purchase an 8 unit. We got to move forward. We got to move on. We got to progress. Nothing worth having comes easy. But now I'm working on an 8 unit that I might convert to more units, but that's for another course, which this thing, a loan request is going to be $480,000, but the ARV is potentially $700,000. That means the profit of this is going to be hopefully a little bit more than $200,000. But now I want to get with some people here that have done this for a lifetime, ever since they became of age, 18 years old. This young lady held her license, got her license, started doing what was uncomfortable at a very young age. And her name is Maria Rebollar. But before I put her on, for all those new people that are asking me, how do you get in the game? If you are new in this game, the first thing to do would be to educate yourself, right? it's the great equalizer of society. Look, I'm a political science major. I come from the political world coming into this, but picking up a book, no wonder it's so brand new. I want to go into commercial lending and brokering. I really highly recommend this book right now, Getting Started as a Commercial Mortgage Broker. I read this book about twice now. It gives you a great insight about this, but that's not everything, right? You have to put yourself in those uncomfortable situations and discussions, get out your comfort zone, talk to people um, that are doing the thing. It's so funny that education can really take you from nothing to everything. For example, one of my brothers, Miguel Sanchez, in which he's in the stream, we'll bring him up in just a bit. He goes to Stake 48, Maestros all the time, and he has this conversations with multi-million dollar investors about cap rates, about NOI, and this and that. I didn't understand. Even a year ago, I didn't. But yesterday, I actually graduated from Rice University's development and investing class, and that just throwing yourself in those places of that you're not comfortable with. It was a hard class, but now I feel so comfortable. I know what they're talking about. I know what NOI and cap rate, and it's just beautiful. So please educate yourself. Look at YouTube. Go into YouTube. And for those experienced folks, well, we got a show prepared for you guys as we're bringing on Miguel Sanchez later in the program. But for now, I want to introduce someone that started from the bottom, a self-made individual that rose from the ashes to be one of the top producing people in real estate, Mrs. Maria Rebollar.
Hello, hello, people. Hi, everybody. Thank you guys so much for giving us y'all's time. And thank you, Ivan, for doing this amazing event. As you know, now, as times are changing, we've got to innovate with times. And I am just so grateful that we don't have to stop what we're doing. We don't have to stop our dreams and our desires. And, you said something that is key, Ivan. The world's wisest book in the world says, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." So I encourage you, get the information in you when you don't need it, so be there when you do need it. So yes, Ivan, to me it's such a great honor and a privilege, because I've said this all the time. I won't get tired of saying it. If you know me or been around me, you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself by. And I love Ivan because if he doesn't know something, what did he do? Invest in himself and took a course at Rice University. And Miguel, he's been my mentor, which you'll hear about him in a little bit. He's been my mentor in this industry for 15 years now. That's actually how I met GoQuest. I did start when I was in high school, and it didn't take me long to realize that this is where I needed to be. And I worked so hard for a whole year to close a file that I couldn't close for the life of me. And this file meant the world to me because it was my brother. And somebody told me, you need to find this company called Gold Quest. They'll close it for you. So that was 15 years ago, is when I met Miguel over the phone. They closed this file in a blink of an eye. And I said, I need to get plugged in with these individuals. And I moved away, but I never lost in contact. So about 8 years ago, I found them again, and I moved my licenses to Gold Quest because we are a strategic lender. So if you're watching for the first time, or if you're maybe a first time investor, or you're learning about what hard money loans or traditional loans are. I know Ivan threw a lot of terminology out there, but you know what? We try to keep it as simple as we can. And the reason why I love Gold Quest is you come to us, and if you don't qualify now, we'll help you to get there. There's a young lady who posted something yesterday, for example, Ivan. Miss Ashley posted, "Hey, when someone declines a loan, what are the reasons?" Well, there could be various reasons, but you know what we do at GoQuest? If it was your credit, we'll help you get there, so that maybe not now, but 6 months from now, right? If it was your whatever, if it was your debt, we'll put you in a workshop where you'll learn about debt management. So we won't just say, no, we can't help you. And the reason why I bring this up, Ivan, is because I have two very powerful testimonies. One of them is that individual that wouldn't have qualified. And then the other one is a traditional loan. And the one that's a traditional loan, I worked with her for about 5 years. It was a beauty salon owner. Well, she wasn't an owner then. She worked at a beauty salon. And so It took a little bit, right? Sometimes you might not have 5 years, but you know what? I'm glad that she started. Fast forward 5 years later, I'm going to share my screen. I didn't ask for her permission to do this, so I'm not going to give her name.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Go
I
ahead.
am absolutely going to share with you guys what she did. This was a property that we funded through Gold Quest. Okay, I tried. But
It's not
it's a
working.
property that we funded through Gold Quest, and we, with the amazing team that we have here, Mr. Ankit Amin, who helped us be very strategic with the loan, but she was able to buy for her first commercial building where she is not renting at a beauty salon anymore. She owns it. So I want to encourage you. If maybe you're at a mechanic shop, and or you're a barber, or you're renting a restaurant, call us, give us a call. The number is there. Get started. If you can't do it now, we'll put you in a situation where maybe a year from now or 6 months from now, just like Miss Blanco did. So and we also will help the individual that, just like this last client that we were helping. He had a previous bankruptcy. His middle score was 550. Guys, this man, when I met him, I mean, I think when we did his personal financial statement, I mean, he was probably worth about 300,000. I did it today. This man is worth 8 million. This is the stuff that we could do at Gold Quest. So give us a call if you're somebody who's just trying to learn. Sit with one of us. I think Ivan mentioned it earlier. We don't charge a crazy, ridiculous upfront fees. For me, I know that real estate, guys, if you're looking for passive income, which I know that we're living in times where it's a little scary, but real estate can give you that stable cash flow.
And let me say something, Maria. You hit a very good point, and I love it. We don't just yes, we take $100,000 loans, care just like a multi-million-dollar loan would, right? I mean, if the company didn't give me an opportunity, and for a lot of people that don't know or that I'm coming from the political game into here. So I had no credit, bad credit. It took me 2 years to fix it, but now I'm actually purchasing property. I saw it in someone's phone. I think it was Boris Sanchez. Shout out to Boris Sanchez, by the way. I think in his phone a while back ago, it got stuck in my mind that 90% of all millionaires create their wealth through real estate. So for those that don't know me, I've hosted events, millions of events for the community. This is something else for the community. I'm just trying to reach out to the community, let them know that if you're a first-time investor and wanting to go in the world, I can work with you. If you have a $20 million loan request and you know what you need, I'll still take that very happily and do this. Anywhere from 100,000, we can do a straight-up purchase of a park. I mean, any type of commercial properties. If it's something like you think it's a 700 residential homes with an amusement park and a mall, well, those deals we still have the experience and the knowledge how to get these multi-million-dollar deals done through Maria and or Miguel Sanchez. So Maria, I know I cut you off, but you hit in the head when you said even for experienced people, a lot of people are scared to reach out because they feel like a lot of the people will make fun of them that they can't afford it or whatnot. Letting you know that this is a family company that grew to be what it is. And if you have a question on an investment, I want to make money with you. We can make money because at the end of the day, we all have to feed our families and put a roof over our heads. And there's no better way than to do it ethically and morally correct through some real estate investments. How about that, Maria?
There we go, Ivan. I don't know if you could see my screen now, but to me, it, you don't have to have a lot of money. Hey, I say this all the time. You can't have a blessing without obedience. We'll help balance that out, but you don't have to have a lot of money. And so we can make it possible for you. You just have to have a dream, and you have to put that dream. You got to put action behind that dream. Otherwise, it's a dead dream, right, Ivan? So I know that we don't want to take much of y'all's time. So and we'll I just want to inspire you. I just want to inspire. So there goes the screen sharing now, I think. So if you're looking at the screen or saw the screen, that's the testimony that I gave you about the lady who used to work at a beauty salon and now just really quickly, guys, I know if you're in California or New York, you think that's insane, but that's actually a commercial retail center that we sold for 230,000. After the loan, her payments are under $2,000, but what she receives in her rent is I'm sorry, $4,000. So this baby is paying for itself
for a little
and
bit.
then some.
Killing it for a little
Yeah,
bit.
so I just want to inspire you guys. I just want to inspire you to dream another dream. I know that especially in times like this, a lot of people might have lost money through maybe mutual funds or your 401k. And I just want to remind you that through real estate, number one, you have the cash flow. It appreciates in value. It keeps up with inflation and it offers you equity growth. So I just want to encourage you that when you do dream that dream, put action behind it. You'll call your Gold Quest team. Call us, and we'll help you get started. To me, it's just an honor to work with you guys. And the other thing that I want to encourage you, I know we're talking a lot about Texas. Ivan mentioned Maestros and Steak 48. If you're from Texas or Houston, you know what that is. But if you're watching us from Florida, New York, California, we can fund your deals anywhere in the U.S. So give us a call. We actually have a guy from California who flew in
today.
Today.
He bought the land cash, and we're about to do the loan for the construction. It's in the beautiful Spring Branch. Lots of beautiful new homes. He bought just raw land, and we're about to build. He came from California today, so it was. Thank you, Maria, for hosting him this morning, and I took care of him this afternoon, and our other partner took care of him in the evening. So, Maria, is there anything else you want to add? Anything that you do? Anything? What's something actually a big deal that you're working on right now?
So one of the big deals that we're working on right now is actually someone that we started with him, the one that I mentioned. So the first one that I showed you was someone who had worked 5 years to have the credit and the down payment, right? So that's a traditional loan. But then we ran into somebody who had the bankruptcy and bad credit. We're able to fund a 36 unit apartment complex, and the rates were hard, and it's high because it's hard money, but it's interest payments only. It's very temporarily. His payments were 17,000, not for the whole 10 months. It was only the last 4 months, but he's receiving in rents over $34,000. Guys, give us a call. We want to do this to you. Now, we've been working with him for about a year and a half. Now, we are going to refinance his loan from a hard money loan to a traditional loan at Gold Quest Group. So we're going to try to put him into a 4%, refinancing him, and we help him build his credit. So that's what we could do for you. I just want to encourage you to give us a call, pick up that phone. I don't care where you are in the United States. Texas is hot. You can buy raw land. You can buy properties, but we will be your preferred.
Oh no, Maria's
lender. So we look forward to sharing more with. I look forward to hearing from my mentor, Miguel Sanchez. So I don't want to steal any more of his time. So thank you guys for watching. Right. Give us a call. Don't think about it any longer.
Maria, and in front of everyone, I want to thank you so much publicly for teaching me a lot of the things that we're doing. We're closing deals left and right. Someone that had the opportunity to always do this. Again, I come from from another industry to this industry 2 years ago. It took me a year and a couple of months to fix my credit, to get my financials up, to build liquidity, and now I'm buying property. I got a 4 unit, now I'm working on my 8 unit, and then my 16 unit and my 32 unit, and who knows? Again, I mentioned Boris Sanchez. This is somebody that also started from ground zero and now has over 600 units. Can you imagine that much paperwork? I can't wait to have those problems. more money, more problems.
But that can be you guys. So he's speaking to the millennials out there who had the student debt, who had the bad credit, and now not even 2 years later, look at him. So to me, like I said before, it's like we look at Boris. He has a proven system. So give us a call, guys. Don't think about it anymore, and let us help us make your dreams come true as well. So we'll see you at the top, like Ivan always says. And just before we go, I do want y'all to remember his name because he will be in the White House one day. I'm just saying.
No.
But thanks for watching, guys.
Amazing people that started again from the bottom, worked themselves to the top, and now making other people a lot of money. Towards the end of this program, we're going to talk about how you also can make money, not only through investments and flipping, but how to make money through referrals, right? Next time you're driving down 59 or 610 or anywhere, look to your left and to your right. All of these properties are commercial properties that need refinancing. If you send us a property, a referral, not residential though, there's so many restrictions there, commercial, we can actually negotiate something and do like a broker's fee with you and for you. So if you have any other properties, again, we have a lot of the information. If you want to, you can you can call me afterwards, say, hey, I want to do some cold calling with me, and we can call all these lenders, not lenders, people that own the properties, borrowers or whatnot, that need to refinance this. And these are properties half a million to all the way to 106 million. It's which myself and my business partner are working on cold calling them. But if you want in, let me know. Also, no, guys, please type your questions, comments on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Please, if you have any other questions, we're gonna have a Q&A with Maria, the top sales woman in Gold Quest, and also the principal Miguel Sanchez. So they'll be answering some awesome questions. Put some tough questions. Let us know what your inquiries are, what your concerns are. We want to help you do that. So somebody that I already kind of mentioned again, but I want to reintroduce is the principal of Gold Quest Group. This guy, also my brother, I am privileged to call him my brother, found this company, this organization in our home back 22, 23 years ago in our garage, and grew to now, I'm going to put him on screen, to now be lending more than $500 million, $500 million in commercial properties, not only in Texas, but across the nation. And we have the honor to have Mr. Miguel Sanchez. Hello, Miguel. Can you hear me?
What's up, Pops? How are you?
Calls me Pops because we're brothers. Hey, so how are you? You're still at work, I see that.
Yeah, we're still here at the office.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you do and how long have you been doing this? What are some experiences out there?
All right. Well, thank you for having me. Really cool studio and setup that you have now.
Funded by you.
Congratulations. No, no. So thank you. Well, we are a funding provider. We provide funds for all types of real estate assets.
Sorry, guys.
So basically, we have a mortgage department for residential, the residential department. We have and in that department we have products from government products, conventional products, private products, stock products. Basically, all types of mortgage products for residential purchase, anywhere from again government, which is FHA, VA, USDA. Conventional will be Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae, regular bank financing. We offer all that, very competitive on the rates and terms. We also offer private financing for residential, for primary residents, hard money financing for primary residences in some instances, and then rehab financing as well for single family residences. So that's in our residential department, a very good department. We use it a lot. Since we have other industries that have to do with it. That's on the residential side, Ivan, that we have. On the commercial and industrial side, as you know,
which you're the monster at. I want to publicly say thank you because throughout the years you built such a strong and ethical character of the entire company. So I come in here just having a huge network, and it's beautiful to do business inside a family company and do it ethically. So I know you're known as the commercial monster. I'm just making that up because everybody has such a high regard. This guy right here, ladies and gentlemen, sits down, it seems like every other day, not even planned, sits with billionaires, seek him out, to people that are, hard working, that want to buy their first tire shop. I've seen Miguel perform and get creative. When a lot of shops cannot find funding, they go to Miguel, or sometimes they go straight to Miguel. And Miguel is a person that has performed with such ethical standards that it's just an honor to be working at a company that does just that. So Miguel, tell us about commercial.
Yeah, so on the commercial side, we have it's so diverse because I mean, in the commercial side, when you mention commercial, you have obviously commercial retail, commercial office, and within those is class A, B, and C, and even D, and then even construction and development of those. So commercial is extremely um, diverse. When you say commercial, it could be all kinds of different things, and we start with uh, warehouse industrial financing to mechanic shops, gas stations, bed and breakfast, restaurants, hotels, gas. So we provide funding for all those different industries within the real estate commercial space. So, and within those, we also do land acquisitions for a type of commercial. So land acquisition financing. Let's talk about that beginning. So if you have, if somebody wants to buy a piece of land, already has a piece of land, and they want to develop it into a shopping center or into a mall or into a medical or into bed and breakfast, whatever it is. I mean, so they're gonna develop it. We can provide the land acquisition financing. Uh, then we can also provide the infrastructure financing, because one thing is obviously to buy the land, then the next thing is obviously to put the infrastructure to be ready to build. That's another thing, right? So you buy a piece of land, and if you're going to build a subdivision, then you absolutely need to obviously build the roads, put the lights, the electricity, the sewer, all the services to be construction ready. So we would provide the land purchase financing. We also provide the land development financing, and then we also provide the construction of the asset financing. So whether it's a residential, commercial, or industrial development, we have participated into all of those. Garas Complex as doing an industrial park with a very big publicly traded company called the Trammell Crow, where it's a many multiple hundreds of acres industrial park that is rail serviced, meaning that there's trains that need to be serviced, need to be built to service the industrial warehouses. And we participated on the land acquisition. We did the land acquisition financing for that. Then we did the land infrastructure, which is obviously you buy a piece of land again, and then you got to put all the services, the utilities, the sewer, the all that stuff. So we funded the infrastructure, and then whenever all that was ready, it was a little bit more equity required, and the borrower came up with it, and then we built 3 warehouses of about 600,000 square foot apiece. So as a that's a 1.2 million square feet of rail service warehouses here in Cedar Port Park, which is one of the largest industrial parks in the nation.
That's amazing.
So we have participated. We
a
work,
couple of buildings in the Galleria too.
yeah, we financed already a few buildings here in the Galleria. We funded the furniture store, Roche Bobois, the really expensive furniture store that you buy a little table is like $20,000. We funded everywhere. I mean, we funded in low income areas, medium income, high income areas, and in Galveston and the beach. And we've done deals in Miami. We've done some deals in California, and so it's all. If it makes sense, we want to take a look at it. Absolutely.
This guy has taught me so much for the past 2 years. Now I'm able to hand a $5 million purchase myself with my partner or whatnot. But when things get really complicated, like that $45 million loan in Guam, then you wanted to change a hotel into some condos, you just take it to Miguel. When somebody wanted to build that all green school, remember with that doctor that came over, we couldn't get that deal done. But right here we have a gentleman that funds schools, creates all these different assets. It's amazing. Miguel, I know you're going to go through a little presentation with us. Hopefully it's less than 10 minutes. We're going to talk about the programs a little bit in depth for the people that want to learn a little bit about it. And then we'll go into a Q&A. There's a couple of people that already commented, like Mario Fields. How does a new investor get started with payroll credit and no money? We'll come to you in just a bit, and more other comments will be right with you guys. But for right now, Miguel, actually, before we go into the presentation, what is the biggest project you are working on right now? Get us excited. If you
uh,
can disclose, because I
I
know you
would tell
have a
you,
lot
but
of
I have to. I
things.
would tell you, but I have to kill you. Now we're working on a lot of really exciting stuff. We really are. That's the beautiful thing about this industry that gets me excited. It's like It's like playing with Legos, but like real Legos, building stuff for real. Uh, we're working in a big petrochemical possible development in by Beaumont. That's a um, that's a big development. It's a series of terminals, and it's storage facilities, storage tank farms,
Damn.
and it's got to be rail serviced, it's got to be barge serviced, and it's going to be pipeline serviced. So that's a very complex deal that we're working on, but that's a really big, that's a really cool deal. we're
Very
working on we're working on another project in Galveston that I'm going to release to everybody very soon. that project that project is a beautiful project. That's a project that starts with over 200 million, starting with over $200 million. That's going to be very exciting.
So,
And then
ladies,
we currently have about seven developments. We currently have right now seven developments going in the Woodlands, where pretty much in all seven of them we did the land acquisition financing, as I told you. Then we did uh, the infrastructure financing, and then we're doing the vertical financing for the houses to be built. So they're all very exciting projects. We're working on a very important medical project in here in the Heights on a hospital. So
awesome.
we'll see
Awesome.
we'll see how it goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, investors and flippers, let me tell you guys here, when we're giving opportunity, like we can make money together, even if you're inexperienced. Again, look to your left and to your right. Next time you're down 59, all those commercial properties need to be refinanced every 3 to 5 years, maybe even 10 years. A lot of it is your network equals your net worth. A lot of it is just talking to that one person that can completely change your life. Again, you want to learn more about how we do this. I want you to know that if you do sign up with us and you do have a deal, you can walk like a walking bank. Again, we do purchase, refinance, cash out, rehab, construction, development on government programs, on competitive conventional rate financing, hard money, and CMBS. So there's nothing that can stop you, no matter how big the net worth or whatnot, or BFS or whatnot. You can still feel confident that we'll take care of those folks here, and we'll just talk about that. But so we could know a little bit more of the program, so the experienced developers could know that we offer these programs, or for the unexperienced people that kind of want to dig in a little more. Mr. Miguel Sanchez right now is going to go through a little presentation of Gold Quest Group called Commercial Real Estate Lending. Miguel, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, excellent. All
So
right,
tell us
cool.
a little bit
So
about your presentation, and so how we can make money, or how are the programs, how do they work, what do you do? Give us the information so then they can call me. Please call that number that's listed below, 832-713-4577. I can take care of your questions after this video, tomorrow, the weekend, whenever, just call it. But Miguel, take it on. Take it from here.
okay, so this is a general presentation in regards to what we do, and like you said, if the public or anybody wants to use us, keep us very close to you in regards to real estate financing, which is asset creation, asset conservation, and asset growth and wealth growth. So um, we will start by, well, Gold Quest Group is a commercial, but it's a general real estate lender. This is a commercial presentation. So if you go to the next page, then it says who we are. We are a lender. We are a direct lender. We provide our funds. Sometimes, depending on the deal. Then we're also a servicer. We service loans. People make payments here at the office, mail them here, wire them here. We're also a mortgage banker. We originate loans and we sell loans in secondary market. We're also a correspondent. We have lenders, special relationships with some lenders, other large lenders that we use their money as we correspond with them. We're a wholesaler. We also wholesale transactions and financing to other mortgage companies and other banks and other real estate companies that use us. We're a financial brokerage. This is a big part of our business. We broker a lot of our transactions depending on what on the deal, right? Some of our transactions here in Gold Quest, are $20 million plus. Those we syndicate and finance in different
Oh,
parts of the U.S. We do financial syndications, which financial syndications means that you're gonna do a loan, but the loan is too large. Then we get two or three, or we partner up with a bank, or partner up with another financial institution to do a large loan, or we partner up two or three banks to do one large loan. So we're very good at financial syndications. And then capital stack engineering. So capital stack engineering is also for large projects where, let's just say, it's $100 million project or $100 million development, and then there's so equity needs to be placed, mezzanine financing needs to be placed, or secondary financing needs to be placed, equity, and then finally debt. So we can assist on engineering the capital stack of a project, like we have done here in the Galleria, and a few projects that we participated on. So that's who we are. A little bit of all of those. And awards and publications. I mean, we got a lot of awards. I mean, you guys can look them up. With Better Business Bureau, a few years in a row. We've been featured in the Houston Business Journal. We've been featured in the Wall Street Journal. We have a lot of awards, and we advise our customers and prospects to, before you do business with anybody else, us or anybody else, research who you're doing business with. Research who your lender is. It's
for
important.
sure.
Types of borrowers. Who do we lend money to? We lend money to U.S. citizens, U.S. permanent and non-permanent residents, foreign nationals. We actually specialize in foreign nationals. We're in the middle of the United States, south of the United States, very industrial part of the world here in Houston, and we have a lot of foreign national industrialists, especially because Houston is the oil and gas hub. So we have investors or people buying properties in the United States from all over the world and making the main entrance here in Houston. So foreign nationals, we do a lot of foreign nationals. For-profit and non-profit corporations. If you have if you're a person yourself and you have your company, and you're a for-profit corporation, you will lend to your corporation. Or if you're a non-profit corporation, like a church or like some type of non-profit establishment, we can also do financing for you. I-10 tax ID numbers, people here without any status but with collateral, we can also finance them. And TPS status, which is, I think, the temporary protection status from some of the people in Central America, we can also do those. So pretty much we'll service everybody, all types of borrowers we can have. The next slide would be industry finance. So these are, as I mentioned earlier in our conversation, what type of industries or do we finance? We're a general mortgage company. If it's real estate, I'm pretty sure it can be mortgaged. We can do a loan against it. So on the residential side, we have a very important residential department, and then in there we finance single-family residences, apartments horizontal or vertical, and vertical developments, and constructions. So all that into the residential arena. All right. The other side, we do commercial. Commercial, again, it's a large variety of different types of commercial properties. So retail, like shopping centers, malls; hospitality, like bed and breakfast or hotels, motels; medical, which will be 24-hour emergency centers or hospitals; religious facilities, like it could be a church. It doesn't matter the denomination, of course; office buildings, and etc. I mean, the commercial, everything, every property that you can think of. Even we've done super funds or properties that are used for disposing of other things. All right. On the industrial side, manufacturing facilities, precision manufacturing facilities, maritime facilities, industrial parks, etc. Um, we've done those. On the agricultural and livestock industry, those we've done, obviously, farms. ranches. We're in Texas, so we've done ranches up to a few thousand acres, slaughterhouses, processing facilities. Um, uh, uh, we've done lately a few equestrian centers where people just do horse racing, and development in that industry. We've done some of those, and then heavy industrial, which is obviously again Houston, Texas. We're a very heavy industrial city here. We do from scrap metal facilities, petrochemical facilities, railroad. We've done a few railroad spurs, and we did a large railroad uh, sit yard where they park, thousands of cars, rail cars, pipelines, concrete facilities, quarries, etc. So, like it says in there, we finance all types of real estate in all industries. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh my God, we do it all. We're the wonderful things. I mean, but I can tell you that we will be or are a real option for new investors, medium investors, and sophisticated investors, and very, very sophisticated
Oh, we lost the honorable distinguished. Miguel, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can't see you, but we can hear you.
Let me see what happened here.
Bet you
So
got like a million people calling you about $1 million right now.
that won't be one thing. Let me be. I don't know what happened with the video stream here. I'm gonna.
Well, go ahead, come back.
All right, hang on one second.
All right, guys, he'll be right back
Can
with
you
it.
hear me?
How are you, Maria?
I'm good.
We
I'm
lost,
good.
we lost Miguel. He'll come right back. Let me see
We're
what's going on.
good. I was actually going to say Moffat. But I'm good. I'm just so excited. Like Miguel was saying, I mean, the information, if you're a new, there you go.
Can you guys hear me?
There it goes. Yeah, we hear
Can you
you.
guys?
Yeah, we hear
Okay,
you. All right,
cool.
back to.
Yeah, I guess put it right here on the. Okay, so like I was saying, um, okay, we were in the industry finance, right? So we finance all types of facilities um, out there, if it makes sense. Like I was saying, is like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that, oh, we're the lender that approves everything. Obviously, we decline a lot of transactions, and we advise people why we declining transactions. But I'll tell you that we are a real option. Like I was saying, also we have very sophisticated investors here, companies, very respected law firms, international law firms like Haynes Boone in downtown. They're a worldwide law firm, big mergers and acquisitions law firm. We are one of their investors, and they involve us in a lot of their important transactions. Trammell Crow is one of the largest developers in the entire world. They're publicly traded. They actually got bought by CB Richard Ellis, which is another publicly traded, one of the largest real estate firms. They use us also for different things as well. Uh, Randall Davis and Roberto Contreras, which are the DC partners. They built the Astoria, the Arbella, the Marlowe. They use us for a lot of the strategic finance. Another names is the Touch family, which developed the two towers in Galveston, the Palisade Palm Towers. Uh, they're very large investors. They use us a lot on their in their transactions. So, like you said earlier, Ivan, we sit here with a lot of VIPs, and we provide a service to them. Actually, the larger they are, they 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 need to know who we are just so they can have other options. But I guess for now, let's continue on in the presentation. So the types of commercial financing these are the four types of industries of financing industries that we have, and
So that's what I was talking about early. Conventional, competitive, terms, government. For those that qualify for that, want to buy a building, occupy 51% of it, or CMBS financing, and private or hard money financing. Sorry to take your shine, Miguel. It's just
no. Like you said, you've been learning a whole lot. You've been learning a whole lot, and now I can have more all kinds of conversations with you. Interesting conversations with you. But yeah, when the on the for the types of financing, we have four main buckets. and those buckets are conventional financing. Conventional financing is just regular bank financing. The difference between a bank and us is that we have a lot more volume and we're more aggressive or sometimes more flexible than banks in funding. And what we're doing there is actually we're syndicating and brokering with banks. So the relationship that we have with banks is we have a volume relationship with them, or anywhere from 20 to $100 million a year volume, and then they give us better price, they give us better interest rates and no closing costs, so we can offer those programs to the public. So conventional bank financing is one of them. Government sponsored financing, I love government sponsored financing because there's a lot of things that you can manipulate actually. For example, on the SBA side, Small Business Administration, that goes up to $5 million. So let's just say somebody owns a mechanic shop, or they've been leasing the mechanic shop and they want to buy their place. Well, with SBA you can actually do it with 10% down. So up down as low as 10% down, you can do SBA financing. Not all the time, but you can get away with 10% financing. And it's all about creating jobs for the economy, the American economy. That's why I like to deal with the U.S. government, because they actually have a lot of sense. One of the best governments in the world. Obviously, it has its details and failures as well, but nothing's perfect. So, but in government sponsored financing, there's a lot of things that we can do, and we gotta take advantage of what the government is offering. So SBA financing is about creating jobs. HUD financing is it's for multifamily apartments, non-recourse. That takes usually a few months to close, but then you get a really low interest rate, non-recourse financing, and you can go up to whatever dollar amount on HUD loans for apartments, for assisted living facilities, and other things that HUD wants you to build. USDA, that's for some commercial properties outside of the metropolitan areas. There, we can also do down to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, down to 13 or 15% the equity down there, equity down payment, and that's for large commercial properties that are in the rural areas. And then Exim Bank, that's a little bit outside of what we do, which is Exim is a it's the U.S. government that wants you to generate jobs basically, and then utilize. Let's just say that there's an American company that produces a product here in America, and they want to export it. So Exim Bank will fund, or through Exim, we will fund the foreign company to buy the American product with 10% down. So if anybody has any questions about that, I can be talking about that. That's a little bit more complex, different, but that's also a government program. I love the U.S. government. They have a lot of programs that we should take advantage of. We are.
I
So,
love the U.S. government too.
huh?
I love the U.S. government too.
You love it too much.
All right,
So,
next.
conventional bank financing, government sponsored financing, and then CMBS financing, which is commercial mortgage-backed securities, which is for very large assets like our president Donald Trump, or other sophisticated real estate developers uses, like Mr. Gerald Hines, for large office buildings like their office building that we're in right now. Uh, a borrower does not want to personally guarantee a 60 million or $100 million debt, right? So it's a non-recourse financing for large assets, long term. So that's for usually large office buildings, large facilities, large shopping centers, malls, the Galleria Mall, the Williams Tower, that type of situation. So we're very competitive on those on those CMBS financing. Our biggest competitors at Gold Quest for CMBS is actually CB Richard Ellis, which is huge, JLL, which is huge, and we compete with them pretty good. And then our final bucket, which is which we do here a lot, is hard money financing, asset-based financing. So on private money financing, basically, I explain, it's kind of like a real estate pawn shop. Cheaper, obviously, than a pawn shop, but we have no limits. You can buy that, like, for example, if you couldn't fit on the first bucket, you're gonna buy a property, X property, and you couldn't fit through conventional, you couldn't fit through government, you couldn't fit through CMBS because of credit, income, and assets, or any issue. You can buy it hard money. It's gonna be a higher cost, but you can get the transaction done, and you can get the transaction done fast. For example, Ivan, you've been buying some multifamily, and our other brother has been buying multifamily a lot as well. You guys,
And the thing is that just real quick, Miguel, a lot of people, they think that they must have $100,000 in their bank account to do this, right? I only had like approximately 15 grand on my first deal to make it happen, right? If it's 100% financing, just like down here, it says 70 to 75% ARV after repair value. So if your after repair value fits within the 70%, you can get 100% financing. We're talking about the purchase price for the building and the rehab included. So it's a big deal. A lot of people are I can't even believe I'm saying that. Yeah, a lot of people are doing it because there's a lot of money there, and it's ethical. It's good. You should do it too. Closing costs and 6 months of reserves. Always calculate that. That's just one program. We can go down to $100,000 program. I mean, a flip to Miguel's probably done like multiple multi-million dollar rehabs, in which we did that deal in that Guam deal was similar to it. So I'm sorry to interrupt, Miguel. I just
no,
wanted
no,
to
no.
explain and grasp to people. You don't need $100,000. I didn't have $200,000 to buy my first fourplex, right? I used leverage. I used financing. I used other people's money to make me money, and it made me good money. And now I'm off to buy my 8 unit. And like I said, later on it's 16 and up and up and up and up. But anyways, I'm sorry, Miguel. Go
It's
ahead.
nice. It's really good to see people flourish. Like I saw, I like recently. I'm seeing you flourish and buying all this, buying properties and
It's cool,
having
dude.
them.
Like I did not
See,
know. I wanted
seeing
to be
our
like my
other,
older brothers, and now I'm
yeah,
actually.
seeing your other brother grow from nothing to it. So it's all about, like you said, it's all about who you know and what you know. With us, you already with Gold Quest, you already found the money. Now you need to actually go get the deals, go find the deals, go get the deals because you found a lot of the capital that you're gonna need for that. And even if you find a really good deal, but it's just too large for you. Well, let us know. Let's see how can we structure it. Even if it's very large for us, if it makes sense, let us see if we can structure it. We don't charge any consultation fees or anything like that, but we are gonna be very uh, discreet and very careful with the information that you guys share. Everybody's projects are their projects. We're very private about that, so our customers always feel assured that we're gonna take care of their privacy, or we taking care of their privacy. So in hard money, you can do a lot of different things, and you, Ivan, you have actually, let's talk about this. You've experienced it. You and Boris have experienced it in residential and multifamily, and you guys had 100% financing buying apartments, and you guys keep doing it, or we keep doing it, whatever. That's great, but it's not the only thing that there is. Not just multifamily. Everybody calls about multifamily. Everybody's doing multifamily. Everybody loves multifamily.
I'm
Multifamily.
starting to love multifamily a little bit more than anything else. But yes, you're right. There's so much out there.
It's cookie cutter, and obviously right now it's kind of like, right now with COVID-19 is a safe bet, of course, but it's not just that. This week, I'm sorry, I was gonna say last week. This week we closed 100% financing on land on land.
And
Customer, and I did the same exact situation, 70% ARV. Is land that our customers bought for $450,000, but it has an appraisal of $1.8 million. So obviously we did 100% financing on that, and then they just closed on it. They're gonna flip the land for I think they're gonna flip it for like $800,000 right away or something. They also bought. We closed also on a piece of land that was 500,000. We closed on the 450,000. We closed on the $500,000 one, and then the $500,000 one it's also worth another $1.6 million. But that one we're gonna turn into a. We're gonna build. We closed it hard money, 100% financing to this customer that we know and trust, and so we closed it at 100% at a high interest rate and high cost. And now he's preparing to do an RV park. So we're gonna build an RV park there through the SBA. It's gonna be like a cost of about
nice.
$2.5 million. We closed on. I can tell you, we closed on the same system that you guys are doing, and multifamily. But we closed on the same system for hotels. We closed on the same system for churches and a school. We closed on the so as long as there's upside on the deal, it can be land, it can be apartments, it can be office building, it can be anything, as long as there's upside, we can we can look to see finance at 100%. Now, we're
Nice.
not just fight 100% financing. Oh, it's great. We want to see that you have reserves, that you have experience, that you know what you're doing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, then we want to see that you are working with somebody that knows what they're doing. Because we're not, like you mentioned earlier, we're not loan to own, and we're not gonna we don't, at least you guys like to own properties. I like to own properties too, but I like the banking business better, the lending business better. So we're not looking to foreclose. That's kind of like security that we have, that us and our investors have. But bottom line, for good deals, we can provide 100% financing of that have upside that you can fix, and they'll be valued for more, or you can sell for a lot more. But then we're gonna see that you have the experience, or that you are with people that have the experience to handle that certain industry that you're trying to do, and that you have reserves. That way, that you're not gonna, because it's gonna be construction, and if there's gonna be construction, you can always gonna be have to be paying contractors. You're gonna have to be doing draws on your money. So we're gonna make sure that you have reserves for that. So we do really cool, wonderful financing, but we do responsible lending as well. That way, we all have a very good relationship for years to come, just like we have done with many people. So, well, anyway, we kind of went over other things here in the types of commercial financing part of it. But for private or hard money, that's the thing that we there's a lot of flexibility there. It's a higher cost, but then there's
This is we're still talking about right now. It's hard money, right?
Huh?
We're talking about hard money right now.
Yeah, for hard money, if you're gonna apply
What
for,
you see on the screen is what he's talking about, guys. Thank God.
yeah.
Guys.
Oh, and now going to the asset-based hard money and rehab loans. Yeah, that's what the next slide, which is, there's really two types of hard money lending that we do. Okay, which is number one, rehab loans up to 100% leverage, which is what Ivan does. 70% and 75% ARV, up to 100% financing. Again, those are great deals to buy, fix, and sell, or buy, fix, and refinance and hold. And we can also provide the purchase of the hard money, the purchase of the asset through hard money, 100% financing. And once you finish it, if you're not gonna if you sell it and you're gonna make a bunch of money like Ivan's doing, basically, then guess what? You're gonna have a big tax kiss. You're gonna have a kiss from the U.S. government with a big tax bill. If you don't want to sell, if you sell, if you grossed if you netted $100,000 in capital gains, then you're gonna have to pay taxes to Uncle Sam and do your thing. But you don't have to sell. You can actually also just refinance and just borrow against it, cash out of it, and you don't have to pay taxes on loans, and you can conserve the asset as well. So that's important. So rehab loans is what Ivan's been doing: buy, fix, and sell, buy, fix, and refinance. That's really good.
And friends, don't be. I'm so sorry to cut you off, Miguel. I should stop doing that. But there's a lot of my friends that are starting to reach out, and it's funny that it's with people that I used to organize events out in the community, and now actually creating wealth, and they're asking me, right? A lot of these people, a lot of my friends don't know how to even get started. I told you, start by educating yourself. Start by reading that book that's $15, right? You're getting started with commercial mortgage broker, or there's a lot of different other books that can tell you a lot. Educate yourself, invest in yourself, to know about this. Again, when all these people that are building relationships in politics, and now they're like, hey, well, how do I invest? How do I do a buy and hold? How do I turn off the NOI to make more cash? Or people that just want to get started and do smaller investments. I don't know if I can hear. I think that's. Is that better? Yeah. So we're doing new investments. We're doing development with a couple of people that reached out to me, and I'm gonna guide them from the beginning towards the end. They don't have the credit, we'll fix the credit. They don't have the financials, we'll try to do a syndications with somebody. Or, I'm gonna be realistic with you. Nothing in life is free, but there's a price tag for doing really good work. And even if you want to do a buy and hold, or not investments, but if you want to run out your business out of there, or a rehab loan, we can be through those steps. So Miguel, finish us up over here, because we've been an hour and 5 minutes on already.
Yeah. So, well, for rehab projects that you want to leverage highly, then the rehab hard money is perfect for buying properties with upside. Or if it's regular hard money that there's no properties with upside, but there's other motives to buy the property, or to acquire the property, or refinance the property, or cashing out of the property, or partnership buying out, or whatever you need to do, regular hard money if no other alternative of financing is available. So just give us a call if you have specific cases. Give us a call without any hesitation.
Obviously, we don't want to bore you with all these things. Again, we could have more lessons or classes or whatnot with a bunch. These are more things that we can do: renovations, construction, cross colorization and blankets, bankruptcy, acquisitions, refinance, equity cash outs. I mean, there is just a lot to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I'm new into the industry, 2 years into it. Again, everything in the beginning is hard before it gets easy. And I remember just losing a bunch of deals in the very beginning, trying to learn about it. And now I'm actually advising people on this just by putting myself in so much uncomfortableness, if that's even a word. And we're here now. So again, we want to thank. There's a couple of projects that you did. I want to thank you, Miguel, and Maria Rebollar. Is she on right now? Oh no, she must have just took off. But thank you so much, guys. This Miguel, do you have anything to add? A little Q&A session.
Yeah, if there's any Q&A,
Tell Maria. Huh?
if there's any questions, yeah, please let me know.
All
You
right.
can come here to the office or give us a call. Make sure you come with your mask. If not, we'll give you one.
Yeah, we don't want to fine you $250 over here. That's the new thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're towards the end. Please write your questions as we are about to answer. We have the principal of Gold Quest, also myself, a commercial lender and investor, and Maria is about to rejoin us. So we want to answer your questions. We'll take about 10 minutes to do this. How about this, Miguel? Let's put one of these questions. And our friend Mr. Tam Nguyen asked the question. He says, a friend wants to build a solar farm. What type of loan should he be looking for? Miguel, that's a question for you.
That's interesting. We're actually are participating in 2 solar farms, but they're a little bit that's very different. That's energy financing actually, and my main question would be, uh, is it in the U.S.? Where is it at? What's the cost? Is it $5 million or below? Or is it above $5 million? How much equity do they have? If it's a $20 million deal, and how much equity contribution they have? Uh, Funding for this type of deals, we not only need equity, we need experience. Do they have experience in the field? Do they have experience running this type of energy? This is actually renewable energy financing, which there's a lot of programs for renewable energy financing. That's a very niche question from TAM, but we have done them before. We're actually doing one right now. It's two international deals, one in Mexico and another one in Central America, which is really tough. One of our very special clients that was already invested in there for over $15 million in cash, and we're trying to see how can we help them out. But yeah, we can
So
look
we'll
at
see.
so
Hopefully,
we can look at solar farm financing. That's renewable energy financing. That's a different type of deal. I want to know how much equity do they have, and do they have any experience, and where part of the world is it on, and how far along are they with permit plans and specs and all that stuff.
awesome. All right, let's go to our next question. This is for Maria Rebollar. How does a new investor get started with terrible credit and no money?
With terrible credit and no money, an investor gets started.
Maria Rebollar. With no money and terrible
It's
credit.
okay. I
You
can
have an
hear
advice,
bad connection,
Maria.
so I hope y'all can hear me. I hope that you guys can hear me because I have a horrible connection. But
Yeah, you do.
so I've always said this: you can't have the
We
blessing
can't
of
hear you.
obedience,
Try
right?
to put your
So
hand
you
out
do
of
have
the
to.
audio.
Oh, yeah. I'll go ahead and go this way. I don't know what's happening. Can you hear me now?
They're
Can you hear me
actually
now?
still working.
Sorry about that.
Right here, ladies
I
and
always
gentlemen.
say, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
There
So
you go.
basically, I always say you can't have the blessing without the obedience, right? So you can't come in with no money. We do have programs where it's zero down payment, you pay your closing costs. So that's also something that's unheard of. So I mean, we can do amazing things, but we can't do magic, right? But we look when it comes to hard money loans, we do look at the asset. So you don't have to have the good credit. You don't have to have a whole lot of money, but you know, we do encourage you to just come in, sit down with us, give us a scenario. We could tell you what you need to do to get there.
If you to complement on that question is, how does a new investor get started with terrible credit and no money if they have no cash at all, and if they have terrible
Wholesaling.
credit? The number one thing that they need is information, right? If you want to get into this game, then get involved. What do you do? If you have no money and bad credit, perhaps you can, but maybe you can bring deals. If you can bring deals, then maybe we can partner, or we can buy the deal from you. We can pay you. So there's different ways that we can do we can all make money. And I had actually a couple of
Wholesaling. Wholesaling
I
is
actually
another one.
have I actually have three people that I thought in the past that actually had no money or terrible credit, and then they actually started bringing transactions. We bought those transactions, we paid them for those transactions, and then they had their own capital, and then they found deals, and we financed it for them.
You know, another to just add on that as well. The other thing you can consider is partnering with somebody. Maybe if you do become a student and you just, you know, you can share the information with someone else, and maybe they have the capital. So the idea is to get started. Give us a call so we can help. Maybe just water that seed that you already have inside of you. So
One of the main things I also want to add 2 cents to this is wholesaling. Someone can start with no money, no credit, nothing in wholesaling. Now, let me tell you what the hard thing is finding a deal. It's, for example, someone that's going into foreclosure, or let's say, like, no, on day one, 2 years ago, when I first made the jump into the industry, I went to lunch with the Siddiqui brothers. Shout out to the Siddiqui brothers, Majid and Wajid. And then we just went to go smoke hookah and talk about what are we doing. And they asked me, like, so what are you up to? No, this is after I lost my little run or whatnot. And I told them commercial lender. And they're like, oh, okay, can you lend on, my uncle actually wants to sell us a $600,000 building. And with my lack of expertise, I was like, okay, $600,000 building, 14,000 square feet, 2 stories, 93 parking spaces. Doesn't take, located on Highway 6. At the time, you didn't have to be an expert to know that that's a deal. I brought it to Gold Quest, and Gold Quest wanted to finance it, but I didn't have the means at the time. And there was another way out, which was wholesaling it. So at the end of the day, we bought this building for $600,000, and they sold it for $900,000 in like a week and a half. And that was my welcome party to real estate lending and investing. So on to the next questions. We have one or two more questions. I see Gina Gilstrap has something to say over here. What does this say? Gina Gilstrap says, I have an idea for a commercial property, a shared office space catering to attorneys with a mock courtroom. This has been done before, and it seems successful, but there is no one to close. But there is not one close to downtown Houston. I would love to do this, but I don't have the credit or money to get this done. But I really want someone to do it. Is
That's
this
interesting.
pitch to you?
So she's got a commercial property, a shared office space catering to attorneys with a mock courtroom. That's this is why I love this industry, because I see all kinds of stuff. So okay, so basically she's looking for a piece of real estate or an office that she can probably subdivide into different rooms and sublease to different attorneys, with a courtroom for them to practice their court dealings, I guess, whatever. Yeah, that sounds like that's innovative. Yeah. So I wonder how many square feet are you gonna need? I mean, I have questions in regards to that.
Yeah.
My answer is yes. I can look to finance that. How much down? Or maybe we can do it through SBA as a SBA loan with 10% down. if you have 10% down, let's just say I wonder how much this building would cost. Maria, let's just say it costs what, 500,000, $1 million, or something like that. Let's just say a small building, $500,000. If she can put 10% down, if she's got if Gina has experience doing this type of business, or she's got uh, some type of experience running this type of businesses, maybe we can do it with 10% SBA. If it's a $500,000 purchase, then maybe you can do it with $50,000 down. If she's got no money to put up, but it's got the good idea, the property and everything else, well, let's talk about it some more. Maybe you want to JV on it, or maybe we can find you a partner that can help you come up with the 50% down, or maybe we can find an ugly building that it's actually, this will be the way, right, Maria?
Yeah.
Find a building that is in bad shape, that we can buy for, let's just put an example, in Midtown or downtown, close to downtown, something for like $250,000, and then we rehab it with another $150,000, and then it's gonna be worth more. That deal we can finance 100%. That we could finance 100%, and then through hard money, and then after she stabilizes it and puts all the tenants and all the attorneys in there, then we can refinance with a bank.
Guys,
So
yeah. I'm sorry, but I just have to intervene and say to you, it's Miss Gina, right?
Yeah.
Miss Gina, you just plugged in with the loan magician here. And that's why I love GoQuest, because I just like Miss Ashley was sharing yesterday on Facebook, she gave one scenario, but that one scenario can have so many solutions. And that's why I love GoQuest, because you'll sit down with us, and then Miguel will help us strategize to help you find an answer. So give us a call. Let's get it done, Miss Gina.
All right.
That was a good question. That's an interesting concept. We'll definitely like to learn more about it.
We're gonna go to Rada after this question. The president of the Miramar Chamber of Commerce here in Houston, Texas, the Honorable Rahman Moton, is asking. I don't know why it's not pulling up on this. I can't pull it up, but I just saw he commented right here on my phone. It says how to invest in mobile home park. What do you need?
Mobile home parks. Yeah, we also finance mobile home parks. We're actually doing a few RV parks lately. With RV
Thank
parks
you,
are
Gina.
for RVs. RV parks are for RVs, right? So a mobile home park, they're actually they're ones that we finance. They're money makers, and we treat it just like an apartment complex. Occupancy rates, sales price. Usually for mobile home parks, you do require a little bit more money down, probably about no less than 20%. If Ankit was here, he'll say probably 30%, 25%. I would say probably anywhere from 20 to 30% down payment. However, as well, remember that we are a rehab lender with upside, but not just for apartments. So if you find a real good deal, or if you a real good deal of a mobile home park that is just not being well managed, it's not full, but you can buy it for a good price, and you're gonna put some money into it to upgrade it, and then it's going to be worth more, and our appraiser does confirm that it's going to be worth more, then absolutely, I mean, we can probably finance that 100%. But again, you got to buy it at a low price, or a good price, and leverage it up, rehab it, and just the way you do your apartments, Ivan.
Correct.
So yeah,
remember, you can do all kinds of. You really have to. I mean, you don't have to have the spirit, heart, and blood of an entrepreneur, but there's some deals that just blow my mind. Let's say it's a multifamily, and the first floor, not multifamily, but a condo or something like that, and then the building is not doing so good on returns. Well, you can always flip the leases in there, bring your NOI up, and just sell it right away without even have to rehabbing the entire place, which is just some type of creative stuff that I'm learning right now. It's amazing stuff. But let's go to another question. Oh, there's a good question here. Well, Rahman Moton, one more question. He says, do you have any for sale? Yes, I do. Call me. You know my number. You know my memory, I hope.
You did not even say the question. What was the question?
Do we have any
any RV park?
Any for sale? So yes, we do it. A lot of multifamily. I know a lot of you guys have seen where I have my I-10 sign up that says Ivan Sanchez for something. It's an I-10. We're selling that lot for 1.5. Also, it will be a great spot for a multifamily. We have the layout plans for our office building, but the multifamily is getting generated right now. So there's just a lot. Not only that, that was land, raw land, but if you want a 4 unit to 16 to 48 units, to invest in, which will give you the lending and the knowledge of how to make decent cash flow on it, to make it income producing, like good income producing. We have all these different things. So I'm just very excited that I'm here, because before I could just do favors, social favors, and now we can actually make money transactions and actually make people money. So it's very, very, very great. We have a question here by Rada. She says, I don't know, it's not coming up here. What can I do to grow if I only have $10,000? If I would like to flip house and I just have $10,000 cash, very good credit, and I would like to fix and flip house or fix and rent a house or commercial property, how can I get started? I guess what she's saying is, how do I get in the game with $10,000? Can you do it? Yes or no?
Yeah. So if you only have $10,000, then you need to look. Those $10,000 is supposed to be around 20% of reserves for whatever you're gonna buy. So that's 20%. It's like
6 months of reserves. No, it's 20%.
Just reserve, not 6 months reserves. Just reserves for purchasing a flip property. So that means that she could buy basically like a $50,000-$60,000 flip by herself. So obviously, finding properties on that price is tough, but it's not impossible. There's a lot of properties out there. But if perhaps $10,000 is not sufficient and she finds a larger deal, then maybe she can partner up with somebody else that brings some more capital or more reserves. Or if it's a real good deal and we look at it, maybe we can partner up with you as well if you have a deal. The important thing about all this is it's important for you to have the money, your credit, income, and assets, everything else. But the most important thing is for you to have a good deal. If you have a good deal and you don't have enough reserves or you don't have enough this,
I'll jump on it.
then
Miguel will jump on it. Maria will jump on it. GoQuest will jump on it.
Yeah, we'll see how can we help you or develop it. Or if it's a good deal, I mean, I would hate for you to lose it and make 100% of zero. I mean, just bring it over. Let's brainstorm it. At least will be another option for you. Another option.
Okay. Do we have time for another question?
Go for it if you have it.
Let's see.
And while you're
It's
waiting,
Emily Gunn. She
if
says,
you think the information was valuable, like and share. Bless somebody with the information. Maybe you're not ready now, but you can help reach someone else could gather this info and be blessed by it. So thank you guys for watching, but like and share.
There you go.
Yeah. Like and share, please, guys. So Miss Emily says, I have 90 acres in Splendora, Texas, and looking for developers who might be interested in a break project. I have some people in mind. Miguel, what do you think?
Yeah. I would like to know if out of those 90 acres, how many are wetlands, how much are not? Does she have a survey? What does she have? How much is the property worth? Is she looking to sell it to do a JV? If she wants, I think it sounded like she wants to do a JV or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, it's Emily Guillen. Emily, shout out to you. You're always so awesome. We've known each other for over 10 years, 12 years, something like that. So yes, we're actually, as mentioned earlier in this conversation, we have 7 active developments that us going right now. Each one over $30 million total cost. Some of them way dollars. So if you or that person owns it free and clear, and you guys need money for maybe divide the property or for soft costs to do all the engineering, all the planning, for the infrastructure, all the paperwork, we will do that. We're doing that right now. We're doing something very similar, Emily, right now with 2 other people, where the 2 people have land free and clear. One of them is 121 acres over there in Cut and Shoot, Texas. Shout out to that customer. But anyway, he owns it. He owes about $150,000. He needs $200,000 to pay for all the engineering and everything else to make the plat of what the lots are gonna look like and everything else. So we're gonna loan them the about $350,000 to pay the first lien off, to give them that money for the engineering and everything else. And then after they're done with that engineering and all that stuff, for a $350,000 loan, then he's gonna need about a $1.5 million to actually do the street in the middle and do the sewer and a few things in the infrastructure. It's not an actual land development. It's just land division and then cutting it into different pieces with septic tanks and with water holes. Water what is it? Water holes where they'll get the water from the ground. Water wells. I'm sorry. So so in there we're doing the loan right now for $350,000 for the planning and specs, and then after that's done, we're gonna do a $1.5 million loan to do all the earth moving and everything else that we need to do. So, Emily, thank you for your question. That's a great deal. I want to look at. Let's follow up on that. That's the deal that I want to definitely look at.
Number right there, 832-713-4577.
Emily, you have my number directly. You can call me directly.
Hey. Just kidding. All right, we got one more question. Mr. Brian Ruiz says, I'm interested in wholesaling. Please dial my number tomorrow, this weekend. My business partner and I have ventured out into a new, and including Maria Rebollar too. We've been coming on every Saturday to the building that they're at to work to make over 600 cold calls for wholesaling. We're looking for partners who can pay you good. All you have to do is pick up the phone. Sometimes you get cussed at, sometimes you don't. Some people are nice. It's not about you. And people are going through things. Don't take it personally. But if you're going into wholesaling, you're interested, we have the entire system ready to go. We actually just got 2 little properties from my business partner was dialing those phones. One was Maria. Hopefully we can actually wholesale this property and make a quick $20,000 to $40,000 on this. But Maria, you wanted to say something?
No, yeah, Brian's already part of our team. So Brian, come on in. We're here every Saturday. We'll help train you. Remember how we talked about become a student of the industry? And you know what? If you could just get even the experience. So come on in, give us a call, and we'll be happy to show you the ropes.
Yeah, that's true. Also remember, we office here at 1001 West Loop South, which is the building next to the Bayou. And in the second floor of this building, we have the largest real estate school, which is Champion School of Real Estate, which we have a great relationship with, which they're also partners of ours, financial partners of ours in different ventures that we have.
Shout out to G Jobs in Champions Real Estate.
Peter Santa Maria and a bunch of other people that are friends there in the Champions School of Real Estate. It's one of the largest real estate schools in Texas.
Right.
They're here in the second floor, and they're so if you want to get in the industry, you want get in it.
Start with a class.
Get outside of your comfort zone. Imagine your comfort zone's this circle. In here's watching movies, talking to your friends, all the things that are outside of the circle, public speaking, networking, all that stuff is the only thing that's going to make your bubble bigger. Maybe we'll have Maria and myself or something like that. We'll have another show next week to talk about empowerment or something like that. I'm very interested. Ladies and gentlemen, flippers and investor has come to that time, and 1 hour and 30 minutes. Please like the page. Please like the video. Please comment and share. Sharing is caring. We're only trying to get more information out there so more people can do sane and just investments. There's a lot of scary companies out there. We have a 22 year track record under our belt. And for closing statements, y'all want to say anything, Maria and Miguel?
I do. I just want to encourage you guys in Houston, Texas. We have people flying in from California, like we said earlier, from California. We have people flying in from New York. We had a guy that drove here from Austin, Texas. We are right here in your backyard. So give us a call. Give us a call. Let us help you make those dreams become a reality. It starts by you picking up that phone and coming to see us here in your own backyard in Houston, Texas. So thank you guys for watching. Like and share.
There you go. Like and share. Well, thank you, Ivan, for having us. Yes. Thank you, Maria. You always so awesome. And
great show,
make it happen.
Yes, and again, ladies and gentlemen, we're here. This program was created for experienced developers or your new real estate agents that are trying to break ground, trying to pierce the industry of commercial real estate. Obviously, my family has gone above and beyond that, and I just want to help people Gretamine here, because that means I'm not a person that wants just to be at the top. I want to see all of you guys at the top. With that, thank you so very much for joining us. Please like and share. Next week, we will go live again approximately at the same time. If you have any not concerns, any suggestions, or anything that you'd like us to talk about, please join us next week as we will also go live. All right, guys?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Ivan.
guys.
Thank you, Ivan. Great
Have
job.
a good one.
Woo.
Bye-bye.
Awesome show.
Bye, guys.
Hey!